Allow us to realize the magnificence of our own light and all that we can be and do in this world. Allow us to shine brightly. Allow us to reach out and to change this world, to bring the light into the darkness, to bring peace into this world, to bring love and healing to everyone and everything we meet on our pathway and our journey. Let your light, that divine light, shine down upon this world, shine down upon each and every person here, and fill this place with love, with joy and hope at this time. Allow each and every one of us to be transformed, to be uplifted, to be rejuvenated in that light. Let that power lead and guide everything we do in this hour that we share together. And as always, we leave ourselves in your care and keeping, knowing that all that is said and done is said and done in the truth, the love, and the light of Spirit. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Mark. Beautiful. And now, if you care to, please join in with saying the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thine will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not when in temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power and the glory, for ever and ever. Amen. Thank you. And we now bring our hearts, our minds, our very intent to the art of healing. Healing, as we always remind you, is not a gift bestowed upon a few. Healing is our natural ability to express our love, to send our love to whoever, whatever, wherever we choose. Because where thought goes, energy follows. So during this time of healing, we invite you to send out that love to wherever you wish. It is not for us to direct or dictate. It's following your heart's own path. And if during this time there is somebody that you know is in particular need of being mentioned, simply raise your hand. And when I point to you, just call out their name. The intelligence of Spirit knows and understands and acts in accord. So we invite you now to this time of reflection, of contemplation, but above all, of healing. Thank you. Divine and infinite Spirit, God of our own understanding, we thank you for this timely reminder, and especially at this time of year, that we can surround those that we know and those that we don't know with our love, our compassion, and our healing energies. Amen. I'd now like to welcome Mark to the platform.
Music ready again, that piece of music, that was lovely.
That same piece.
Yes, lovely. Good morning, everyone. Winter, Christmas time, Yuletide, whatever you decide to call it, winter season, winter festival, whatever you choose to call it, is an interesting time of year because it's a time of year that has so many contradictions in it. It's the darkest point in the year for us physically, the shorter days, the darker nights, the longer nights. We have the weather, as we have today, blowing a hoolie and wet and wild. And for some people, that loss of that summer sun makes it a difficult time. For other people, they can't wait to get away from the heat of the summer and into the cool of the winter and the autumn months. For some people, they have joy for the coming of Christmas. For other people, maybe not so. For everyone, this time of year is different, but through all traditions, the winter months are seen as a time of stillness, of reflection, of everything going quiet. If we think of in nature, the leaves falling from the trees becoming bare, waiting for renewal in the spring. When we look at the world around us and think of the things that we see, it's dark, but then we make light. And in all traditions, there are festivals of light at this time of year. It doesn't matter the belief or the understanding, there is always this aspect of light in the darkness, in the darkest of times. Within the lighting of the candles, as we heard earlier, the first of the candles is lit for hope. And the hope is the light in the darkness. We know that winter doesn't last forever. Winter is a season and changes, but is a needed season. It's something that we have to go through unless we've got enough money to follow the sun and go wherever we want to. But at some point, on an emotional level within our lives, we are going to have to meet a winter. We are going to have to meet a difficult or a dark period in our lives. It's inescapable. It's part of the nature that there are times when we are looking into or surrounded by darkness. And this is where our understanding, our belief, our faith becomes so important. Because we are and carry with us our light. We carry within us, within that seed of our soul, within the energy that surrounds us, the light and the power of the other world. We often think of the other world as being great or powerful, omnipotent, that the healing power is theirs, is only the divine's. But it's not, it's there within each and every one of us. It is there to be nurtured and to be increased and built upon. You know, often people look at spiritualism, look at mediumship and at healing, and think that it's about other people. That mediumship and talking to the spirit world is about you being a medium on a platform and giving messages. That healing is about you sorting other people out with their health conditions. And although that's what we see often demonstrated, what it's actually doing is trying to tell you that within each and every one of you, within each and every one of us, is the ability to communicate with the spirit world, to not be alone. Because the truth of the spirit is that you're never alone. You may be sat in a room on your own, but you aren't alone. Because the spirit world is there with you. If you would only allow your mind to reach out and touch the other world. That when you feel that you haven't got the support or the love around you, it is there. When you are in need of that healing power that you can tap into it for yourself. That it's not just a chosen few who can, but that we all are the spirit in the body. We are all the light, as Rainer Johnson called it, the imprisoned splendour within us. And it's recognising that when we come into this movement, when we come into this understanding, even if you don't class yourself as spiritualist, that we are able to sit, to blend. And within that blending comes power. Now, some people don't like the use of that word because they have poor connotations, that power is abused. But power, energy, light, vibration, call it what you will. As you sit, you blend. And as you blend, you receive. People often say, you know, when they come on mediumship courses, oh, I don't sit and meditate. I don't sit in the power. I can't do this and I can't do that. And they think that it's only purely for the purpose of being able to be a medium on a platform, forgetting that to sit and blend with that love and that power is beneficial to every level of our being. That when we sit, we surrender. How often in life are we just fighting to survive? We're trying to control everything and everyone in our circumstance. We feel that we're up against the odds. We may feel lost. But it's in that sitting and that stillness that you find yourself. You find where you are. You're not lost. You're where you are, but you've lost sight of who and what you are. But sitting and blending and going back into that light, into that power, reminding yourself, this is who I am. Not the body, but the light, the love, this spirit that's not just from this lifetime, but has existed so much longer, has experienced so many things, even if we don't remember those things. This spirit that is loved unconditionally by the divine power. A love that we don't often see in the physical form, but we may have been lucky to find. It is important that we realise that our light and our power is also so beneficial for others. How many times has a person told you how much better they feel after they've come to visit you or talked to you on the phone or sat and had a cup of tea with you? And it's not only because of maybe the words you've said or the jokes you've shared or the memories or the listening ear you've given, but they've sat within that power of your light. They've come into your home and literally said, oh, when I come to your house, I could just curl up and go to sleep. It feels so wonderful and so I feel so at home here. It's not because of your decorations. It's not because of how comfy your sofa is, although that may be good. It's because of the energy that you have created in there with your light. The same as when you come through these doors or even join us online. There is an energy that is created here by everyone that is here. That when you come in through those doors and you sit and you just start to take in that beautiful energy, that healing, that peace, you feel the friendship and the love. That is energy. It's not the bricks and mortar. It's not the furnishings or the gorgeously decorated tree, because we've got to give it a mention. It's not, all of those things make it a beautiful place, but it's the energy of the place that matters most. It's the energy within the home. It's the energy and the light that is within us that matters most. And so therefore, if we're in a space, and funnily enough, I've had a lot of conversations this last week and even with some people yesterday who are talking about how they're struggling with the world and the way the world is and the darkness in the world and the news in the world and the state of the world. They're focusing on what is dark in the world, what is bringing them down, rather than thinking how they can bring light into the world, how they can change the world that we're in. One of the easiest ways, if you don't like what's on the news, is stop watching it. Sounds daft, but lots of people get hooked. I've got friends that have set up several news feeds on their phone with alerts telling them when bad news is happening. I'm like, what are you doing that for? That's like really depressing. It's like, it's time for your sadness pill. There you go, have another one. It doesn't mean that we have to be ignorant of the world. We know that there are things that are going on in the world. But how do you choose to let it affect you? People say, oh, well, I take things to heart so easily. Notice the phrase, I take. No one puts it there. You take it and put it in here and go, oh, everything's terrible. Oh, this is awful. Oh, the world. Oh, and what it does to you is dim your light and disempowers you. It literally takes your power away. You have people that you may have to interact with. These could be work people. These could be, God forbid, members of your family that whenever you're with them, you think, oh, and you think, I'm running out of places to hide the bodies. Please give me strength. But when you then take the upset or the hurt or the words that someone else has said to you and you take them away with you and you ruminate about them and you go over them again and again and again, the only person hurting you is you. You're dimming your light. You're dimming because you're focusing on what is dark and what is painful rather than what is lovely. When we look in this world, there are lots of wonderful people and there are lots of wonderful things, but they don't make the news that often. Many years ago, there was a newspaper started called Good News. And I don't even think it lasted 2 years because it didn't have a wide enough selling subscription because everybody likes the drama rather than the joy. So this time of year when we think about joy, don't necessarily think about it as just the Christmas trees and the lights or the gifts and things, because often that's, for some people, the difficult part of what is happening this year and this season. But think about, where do you focus on light? Where do you focus on joy? Where is this power, this light? And where there is a lack of it, where can I bring that light? Where can I change the place around me? By giving of my time, by giving of my energy. And when I say give of your energy, don't go into this space that people do. I get drained by everyone. I'm like a sponge. I take it all. I'm an empath. I take it all on and I'm a sponge and I'm worn out. That's not good energy management. That's not good management of your light. We are a channel, an instrument. We are jump leads, if you like. We're not the battery. We are the channel for this power. When you come and sit and have healing at the front with our wonderful healers in this church and in churches across the world, they are not giving you their power. They are not depleting their light. They are becoming the instrument and the channel, the jump leads, if you like, for the other world. So as that light flows through them, not only does it benefit the recipient, but it benefits them. So therefore we can go to places and be a source, but a channel for this love, this light, this energy for other people without fearing depletion, without fearing that we're going to lose out. In fact, as we become that channel, we are filled with that light and that healing also. As we help someone in whatever way, however big, however small, it lifts us and it lifts them. So the greatest gift we can give is us, our time, our light, our empathy, our sympathy. And to recognise that, some people may not be feeling it at this time of year. And that's okay. But not to actually make a thing of it and go, oh, you laughed and joked, humbug, at the beginning. But for some people, it's the very last thing they want to be thinking of at this time. So therefore, just be aware that within each person is a need. And maybe there is something we can bring into that moment. Where there are tears, maybe we end up bringing laughter. Where there is a fear to speak, making someone feel comfortable enough to share. Maybe we are able to do that. Maybe we are able to bring to this moment our light, our power, and to see a transformation. You don't have to be on a platform or healing in a church to be a healer, to be a medium. Doesn't necessarily mean that you should be wandering up to people in Tesco's giving them messages from the dead grandmother. But actually, when you're with someone and there is that moment of need, and we've all been there in this room and online, we've all been there and we've gone, I don't know what to say to help this person. And then suddenly out of your mouth comes words and you go, where did that come from? It came from the Spirit, whether it's the Spirit and the soul deep within you or whether it's from the spirit world, but you asked with that sincere want to help another, help me to help them. And the words came, the wisdom came, the love and the healing came. This is the power that is within you and of your light and of your awareness. And it's not just in one or two. Please get that out of your head. It's one of the greatest myths in mediumship and spiritualism that it's only a gifted few. It's not. You're a spirit in the body. You are that divine light encapsulated in a body, waiting to shine, needing to learn how to shine or to forget all of the things that have stopped you from shining. It's part of our journey. So what I'd like to do with you just for the last few minutes is I just want to take you into just a small meditation to focus upon this light within you. So Lawrence, if you want to hit the play button. It's not boom bang a bang again, is it? So just close your eyes for me just for a moment. And just allow yourself to take a few gentle deep breaths. And just let that breath bring a sense of stillness and a sense of peace with it as you follow the breath in and as you follow the breath out. And allow this breath to take your awareness to your heart, to the center of your being. If you want, you can even place your hand over the center of your chest to focus your intention, to focus your awareness. And I want you to be aware that within the center of your heart, the center of your being, is a light. And with every breath that you take, this light is starting to expand, is starting to grow. It is a light of love, a light of hope and joy. And it's starting to expand within your ribcage, starting to expand throughout the whole of your body. It is a healing light. It is a cleansing light. And start to feel the love that is coming from within you. The love of your own spirit. Moving through your body, radiating out around you, so that you are literally glowing. And start to be aware that your beautiful light is being blended with the light from the other world, from the guides and helpers, from the divine power, from your loved ones. And so your light is growing brighter because their light is joining you. And that your light is reaching out to the people sat around you. And your light is growing brighter because their light is growing brighter. And the feeling within you is growing so strong. The feeling of love, the feeling of healing and of joy. Start to feel the gratitude from within you for this light, this moment, this healing, that it's filling you up. And that this light is reaching out beyond the room where you are, reaching out into the world, and is touching the lights, the hearts and the minds and the spirits of all people throughout this world. Imagine the world lighting up as light touches light, touches light, filling a world that seems maybe dark, turning it into light by the power of our love, by the power of your light and the light of the other world. And feel the love, the joy and the thanks returning to you from all these other lights, all these other people, known and unknown to you. A web of light across this world, a light in the darkness. And just for a moment, feel that love, feel that hope and joy surrounding the planet. A beautiful planet with beautiful people, with beautiful souls. And know that in these moments you are making a difference, not only to the world, but to your world, to your loved ones, friends and family, to your life, to yourself. And gently feel yourself bringing that light back in and around you, so that you have that beautiful light surrounding your body, creating a beautiful warmth within and around you, a feeling of love, a feeling of healing and stability and security. You are safe, you are loved. And just say to yourself in your mind, all is well in my world. And when you're ready, just start to focus back to your breath, following the breath as you breathe in and as you breathe out. And very gently, very slowly, allow that breath to start to bring your awareness back to the room. And only when you feel fully aware of your body, wiggling your fingers, stretching your toes, just gently bring yourself back by taking a few gentle deep breaths. And when you feel ready, allow your eyes to open. Few people to bring themselves back. Lovely. Did you enjoy that? That was only 5 minutes. But imagine if you put those 5 minutes into every day, or into different parts of your day. When you have a moment where you get caught up in other people's stuff, in the drama, the upset, or you're in that space that doesn't feel so great, you can go to that space. You can transform the way you're feeling, surrender and let go, and let that power touch and help you. That is the light that is always with you. No one can take it away from you, but only you can choose to sit within it and to build that power for yourself, to build that light for yourself and for those that you love, that you wish to share it with. So let that be your gift from me to you, from Spirit to you for this Christmas. And I'll say God bless.
That was unexpected and rather beautiful. Thank you, Mark. Wonderful. We now move into our first carol of the year. Yes, it's carol time, everybody, and I'm unashamedly traditional. So, during this time, Sue will be taking the collection for the further work of this your church.
when they have like Mr. Bean things, and everyone's going, no, amen. Oh dear.
I picked one version of it, and it was a bit I don't know what it is. People, when they sing, they go, no. They seem to draw everything out and turn it into a dirge. And I thought, no, let's go traditional. So I just swapped the music. And guess what?
Wish you hadn't.
The words were different. Never mind.
Oh, is that what it was? I didn't
Yeah,
know.
no, the
Okay.
last two verses made absolutely no sense. But apart from that,
How lovely.
and that's what Christmas is about, isn't it? It's about the fun.
Oh, dear.
Anyway, we now move on to that part of the service where Mark will work evidentially on our behalf and on the behalf of the Spirit to make that communication, to back up what we say. We say there is no death. Well, it's during this part of the service that we can actually supply the evidence to support that, along with our many other ministries. It does require us to be a part of it, unlike the singing today. Does it not?
Yes.
Yes, it does. So, if Mark should come to you, a nice clear...
Yes. No.
Don't meditate, you put them all to sleep.
I know, it's fab, isn't it?
Yeah.
We could have just left them there and gone, oh, time finished.
I could have changed that bulb.
I used to say that. I used to say we could do a trance course, just get them in, put them into a meditation, wind the clock on 6 hours and say, we hope you enjoyed that. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you all know, I'm sure, that every time that we work with mediumship, it's a unique experience. So if something makes sense to you, if something that's being said, if I've not gone direct to someone, makes sense to you, please put your hand up. If more than one of you put your hand up to something, we'll make sure that you don't go home with the wrong relative. So don't worry, that doesn't happen. As I was sitting there and listening to that marvellous rendition coming from my right-hand side, I was aware of a gentleman laughing away with me. But I know with this gentleman that at the moment I've got a problem with my leg, but he was drawing me to the attention of his leg and problems that he had. And I'm not 100% certain whether this gentleman had ulcerations in his legs or had even lost part of his acata amputated because of ulceration and things like that. But I know this gentleman's making me aware of that kind of pain and discomfort in the legs because of ulcerations. And I also know with him as well that this gentleman would have been in his 70s, going on maybe into his 80s when this happens. I keep also hearing the name of John being called with this, but I think that may be around him, as if that may be a son or a brother to him as well. Would that make sense to someone here, please? And I feel this might be Dad that we're talking about with this problem with the leg. No? Always a good start.
My dad did have his leg
Tate.
but I can take John.
Okay, bear with me, because my dad is John, you see, so it may be that it's talking about John for Dad. Then bear with me 1 second. And you would understand? Was that ulcerations and the dying off that caused the problem with that? Okay, that's fine. Because I feel very much with him. He's laughing about things like the singing. Things would make your dad laugh, and he just would. You know when someone starts laughing and they just don't want to stop? Yeah. It's that kind of sense of humour your dad would have, that literally be reaching for his handkerchief and having to wipe his face because he'd find the slightest of things so funny. And it almost like I find joy in everything, even things that probably I shouldn't laugh about, I get told off for. I think we'd do well at a funeral together because, you know, I'm one of those terrible people that suddenly hear something, see something, find it funny because it's the most inappropriate time to laugh. I think your dad would have that same kind of joyful humour. And I know that also with him as well, please, was your dad very meticulous with things? Did he like things very precise, very neat, very organised? Because it feels very much, I don't necessarily know it's because of like being in some kind of service, but it's definitely that regimented way of looking at everything. And literally, if I had a drawer, everything has its place in a set of drawers. Things that never get thrown in, they get put back, and even put back in little boxes. You know, where nowadays we take everything out of boxes, don't we? And then we just shove it in a drawer. Everything would go back in a box, neat, protected, perfect. And I feel with him that he's bringing this side of his mentality in, because of organising and sorting through seems to be what I want to put around you. Like, I've got to sort things out. I've got to go through stuff. Have you got the dreaded drawer that everything goes in?
I've just cleaned it out.
Fabulous. There you go. You've got your energy of your dad helping you with the game. Because that's the energy and the mentality he brings. Everything in its place. Everything put back where it should be. Okay? So he's been spying. He's been looking at what's going on. But I know that as he brings that as well, he's pleased. Your dad had fortitude. This was very challenging for him with his leg. But your dad had this kind of, if I say a courage, because of all of this, very stoic. You know, it's a major thing, but I'm trying to get everyone else to think of it as not being a major thing. I don't want you to worry. Don't worry, don't fuss, don't faff. And I know that as he brings this in, he's trying to bring, I don't necessarily know, he's not showing me how, but he's telling me again that I don't want you to worry about the circumstances around you. I want you to be a bit stoic. I want you to be a bit just, you know, it's fine, it's coming through. You know, when we talked about like the winter months and feeling it and not feeling in the mode of it and the flow of it, he's sort of just saying, it's all right, it passes. It's like the pain of this. It passed. It passed. And, you know, and your dad has a very sentimental heart. So he would keep things. And there were things that were found after his passing that you thought, wow, you'd never have thought you'd keep these things. You'd never thought you'd keep things. But everything was precious to your dad. Everything was precious to your dad. I don't know whether you mean the song or do you mean the physical thing. I'm seeing, but I don't know whether he's referring to the song. I don't know what the song... There was a song called Paper Roses years ago. But I'm seeing a rose made out of twisted paper or twisted tissue. Would you understand the significance of that? Bear with me 1 second. I may have moved then. Because I'm seeing someone opening a drawer and finding like a flower made of tissue or paper. That's not you, is it? Right, bear with me 1 second. Would someone understand that? Going into clearing out a family member's particulars and then finding like a rose or a paper rose that had been made but it had been kept for years and years and years. Would someone understand that? There wasn't things from your childhood that you found that your father had kept from when you were very, very small, that you found after his passing or were brought out after passing. Because I keep thinking there are things of childhood that were kept. This isn't what you've found as you've tidied your stuff, things of childhood. Because I know this is childhood. It's like when a child makes something for a parent and it's kept. You don't understand that? Okay. I'm sorry, Dad, I'm not getting that clear then. I don't understand. And where you've been clearing out, you haven't come across stuff to do with your children that's been kept. This is some... Ah, okay. But these were things that were when they were little?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, because he's showing it to me as something that I remember giving to one of my grandparents. I made them those kind of things and gave them. So he's talking about how that brings the memories and the things that are kept from so long ago and how we suddenly see them and reminisce and connect to them and the sentiment that's there. Because he's talking about that same, as you're clearing out, the things that you found, the things that you've kept, okay? Because it keeps that memory alive. And that was the same with your dad. Everything in its place, but I still would keep things that were sentimental. So I know that he's talking about that difficulty at times. What do I do with this? Do I keep it? Do I put... What do I do with it? So he's been there hearing that conversation, but knowing that sometimes sentiment, you just find a little place for it, okay? Find a little place for it, okay? But Let me give your dad's love to you. So he's just showing that he's been around with what you're doing. Okay, that he's around. He's, and if I say a ferocious love, I mean that in a good way. He loves with all his being. There's no half measures with your dad. You know, he loves you and he loves you unconditionally. So take that love, okay? I'll leave that with you. God bless. Right. Okay. This is a me thing again, isn't it? I'm drawn to my three ladies that are sat together. Well, they're not sat together. Lady in purple, Christine, all together. I've got another drawer opening here. I'm going through everyone's drawers today. I'm enjoying this. Nice and nosy. Yeah. You've got to come and sort mine out first. I've just moved, so you'll have more job. We'll swap. I'm seeing a drawer being opened, and I've got not a vicar dog collar, but a dog's collar that was kept after the dogs passed, and I've kept these items belonging to this dog. Would you understand that? One of the three of you? No? Yes, lady in purple. Okay, let me work with you. Because I'm just seeing this, and I have exact same. I've got dog collars from like years and years and years ago, and I still get to the point and go, it's just a bit of leather with a tag on it, but it's the feeling. I've got a lady with me here, and I don't think necessarily the dog collar necessarily connects to her directly. But I feel that as she comes in, this lady's quite a nervous lady, quite a quiet lady in life. She's not somebody who bursts into a room and I've arrived. I kind of fade into the background if I could with people that I know and love. I'm chatty with, but most of the time you wouldn't know I was there unless I told you. Would you understand that? And this would be with grandmother, please. Okay, and I feel with her as she's coming in. I don't know whether she had dogs and pets as well. I haven't got that. But I'm aware of this trying to take care of everyone and show love to all creatures, great and small. Okay. She must have loved programs like anything to do with animals, anything to do with taking care of anything. I've got a love there. Okay. And I feel, oh bless her heart, not only like the waifs and strays of the furry kind, but of the human kind as well. Nan would look out for people that she knew close to her. She'd sometimes take bits of food to people or go and do things for people to support them. Would you know that? Not sure. Okay. Would you understand her personality being like that, though, that she would do that? Because I'm aware of her kind of making more food than I need to make and then taking it and giving it. I'll give that to so-and-so, and I've just done some food for so-and-so. And it's as if I'm always thinking, not, at times when we could only just afford to feed us, I'm trying to feed others as well. Okay. And I feel that nature within her is something that's very there within you, not necessarily in overcooking and giving loads of food to people, but more in the fact that keeping an eye on and looking out for other people. And especially this time of year, again, I'm paying particular attention to people that are around me that I feel need the extra. I just keep an eye. I'll just reach out, just make sure they're okay. You understand? And your nan's really proud of you for that. She said, because so many people just focus on them and what they're doing, and and she doesn't see that in you. She doesn't. It's funny. Your nan. One of your nan's things was about people being selfish, people that wouldn't share. Okay, you had to share. Everybody had to share. If one got it, everyone had to get it, because you couldn't favour. Although you got favoured by Nan, but her mentality with everyone generally was should always share, you should always give. So she's really keen on that. Would you understand as well, please? I don't necessarily know that this is inside the family, but I kind of get a feeling like it might be that there's been somebody who your Nan would have said they're not playing fair, they're not sharing, they're not being kind. Okay. Because she's doing the grandmother tut about behaviours of other people and saying, don't you worry, if they want to do that, let them. Okay, don't get upset and don't let others be. It's more others being upset, and you're trying to be mediator. Okay, but don't let others get upset. She said they weren't like that when I was around. Okay, but you know, she sees it, she understands it, but she wants you to sort of not to be the oil on the troubled water there. Again, wrong time of year to be behaving this way. Okay, so again, she's just praising you and telling them off. You see, playing favourites, Nan. But she loves that side of you trying to be. You are very like her, aren't you? From the point of view of nature. Okay, she says yes because it's like you're like her, in that caring and concern, and you know. Oh, bless your heart. She says you wouldn't rock the boat just for the sake of rocking a boat. Okay? You'd rather everyone be in the boat, safe, peaceful, sound, calm, collected. You'd even have people in the boat you didn't like just for the fact that you wouldn't like to see someone left out. Okay? Whereas she said other members of the family would be tipping them out left, right and centre and going, this is my boat, out, you know, my way or the highway. But you know, this is the way that she brings it. So, what else do you want to say from beyond that time? Okay. She's also making me aware at the moment, it's, you know, we said this is like this time of quiet and reflection and everything dying down and then getting busier again. She said, I get this feeling from your grandmother. It feels like you're waiting for stuff to happen and it's just not happening. And it feels like next year seems to be that key. Like when the spring comes, everything gets going again, as if everything's kind of been on hold or not moving. Would that make sense? It's a bit like I'm twiddling my thumbs waiting for something to get on with. Okay, does that make sense? Tell me now if it doesn't make sense. Because it feels like I'm waiting, but it's not happening, and I want it to happen, and I want to get going.
Yes.
Okay, but she's saying it's going to be after the winter. It's not going to be prior to Christmas that it really gets going. It's going to be after. We've got I don't know whether that's a blessing or a curse, what you mean there. We've got too much to get on with between now and then, but when it moves, it moves. Okay, so don't get frustrated. Don't kind of sit there thinking, come on. It'll get there. Your nan was patience personified. She'd wait. And sometimes people will be saying, "Have you?" She said, "No, I haven't talked to so and so yet. I'll talk to them. I'll talk to them when it's right." So she'd wait. Did your nan was a consummate bit of knitter or something like that? Because I've got her doing this with the hands. Yeah. And she said, yeah. But your nan's just bringing in patience. And sometimes, it is good. Your nan would know everything that was going on, but she didn't necessarily tell everybody what was going on. So she was confidant to a lot of people, as are you. And she said, sometimes people will get hoisted by their own petard, darling, if you give them a long enough rope. Okay? Because if you lie, you have to have a good memory. And some people don't have a good memory and keep changing their story. So they'll be found out. Don't worry. You don't have to do anything but support the ones that need the support. Okay? Anything else you want to say? I want to go back to where we started with the dog collar. I'm hearing a gentleman. I can't whistle for the life of me, so I'm not going to do it. But I can hear a gentleman whistling for the dog. Okay, so I know he's in the background here. I've not got him stepping forward, but I can hear him doing it. Well, better than that, because that was pretty poor, really. No dog would come for that, would it? It'd be gone. But I know that as he's there, there's that love and there's that support as well from him. He's I mean, your nan was quiet, but this gentleman was quieter. He would he'd go off on the walk. He'd go off and talk to the trees, as if it were, okay? And so I just know that as he comes in here, and again, not that today's the best day to go out and talk to the trees because they're likely to fall on you, but I know I want to, again, when you're in those moments, like we talked about earlier, go out and blend and ask for the strength, ask for the wisdom, ask for the inspiration, and just be out there. Nature is really healing for you. I know we could say that as a general, but there is a real connection with you, and he was like that as well. You know, he would think something had happened and he'd go, I'm going for a walk. And he'd take that time to consider, to be at one, to understand. And that's the same for you. You know, sometimes you just need to do that, and actually it saves you saying the wrong thing, because you take your breath, you take your moment. Okay, so is there a signet ring left behind by this gentleman? Would you know? Okay, because he just talks about the signet ring. Again, you know, sometimes these things, we like to have stuff, but stuff doesn't always matter. But he just talks about it as well. So it must have been given to someone, and whatever's happened since then, well, that's that. Also, please, is there a memory of living next to a pond or a river where there are swans, and we'd see the little cygnets? Okay, because he brings in that memory as well of watching, you know, and how graceful swans are, but underneath they're like this. He said sometimes that's how we have to be. We look calm on the top, but underneath we're going like the clappers. But never let them show you struggling. Okay? Because you'd never know when he struggled unless he told you. And so there were moments towards the end of his life where he actually asked for help, which he'd never done before, because he said, I'm struggling now. Okay? So he knew when to ask. But he said, never let them see you struggle. Graceful. Okay? Graceful. So let me leave that with their love with you as well. And obviously the dog's around there somewhere, but normally I get them come in, but I'm just aware of them coming together over that. So let me leave that with you and say God bless.
Wonderful.
Are we finished? Okay. I will say, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of myself and Spirit, I say God bless. Thank you.
Just say the last gentleman who wasn't stepping forward said an awful lot, didn't he?
Well, he did, didn't he? But he does. That's like when I say, I'm just a quick conversation.
Oh, yeah.
2 hours later.
Yeah. When you get that on the phone, you know to go and sit down, put the kettle on, because you're going to be here for a long
toast.
time. Yeah. Thank you, Mark.
You're welcome.
Some notices. Tomorrow evening is our last healing evening of this year. So if you'd like to receive healing from our team of healers, be here for 7:15. Regular healers, if you're here, usual drill for 6:45 for circle. Thank you. Tuesday evening we have a gong bath with Scania Price. Next Sunday our service is taken by Angie Freeland, who is also running a 2-day course next weekend on mediumship. There are still a few spaces available, but during the service Angie will be leading the service, and if there are any students on the course who wish to join in, they are more than welcome, because we give a home to tomorrow's mediums. Yes, that's the boring stuff. Thank you. The list is now fully covered for Christmas Day through the generosity of you wonderful people here. Our wonderful online, we had so much money come from abroad, from Europe. How wonderful is that?
Yeah.
Supporting us opening up Christmas Day, full lunch for those in need at this time or alone. I must also mention a couple of local suppliers as well. They know who they are, who have been incredibly generous. I felt quite humbled when I stood there and they wouldn't take money off me. I wish a lot of shops were like that. Bloody electric were like that. But also, we put a post out about volunteers. Thank you, everybody that stepped forward. And again, the wonderful thing, there's a lot of volunteers who have volunteered to help out here during the Christmas period who are not associated with the church. But they're part of the community, and they recognise that we are part of the community, so they're all just pulling together to make something happen. And that was just like, wow, that's awesome. So from me, oh, look out. Here we go. From me to everybody who's given, whatever way, just thank you. Please remember, if you know somebody who's going to be on their own, don't let them be. Come down here. I'm not a bad cook. I'm a better cook when I am DJ, so don't worry about that. But we've got some lovely people set forward to be here on the day. Also lovely people set forward to be here on 2 days after, because we need the church back to normal for the evening of the 27th of December, where we have a fantastic demonstration with 2 brilliant mediums who unfortunately cancelled, so me and Mark stepped in. So it'll be an evening of mediumship with Mark and myself. I love to see our church open during the summer. Summer?
And during the winter as
and
well.
during the Christmas, yes. And during the Christmas period, because to me, that's when people need their church. They need somewhere to go. And it's just a real honour and privilege, and through the support of you wonderful people, that we can do that. And we can be, rounding off today is the theme, that light in the darkness. So thank you, thank you. Mark, please, if I could have the closing prayer.
Certainly. So let us all close our eyes and open our hearts and minds in prayer once more. Gracious and divine Spirit, we thank you for this time that we have shared together, for that beautiful love and light and healing, for the laughter, the friendship, the inspiration, for everything that we have shared in this moment. And let us take that love and that light with us out into the world. Let it make a difference. Let every word have power. Let every moment have love and presence. Allow us, as we meet and greet people in the days and weeks to come, to share a beautiful word, a beautiful moment, and to leave each place that we visit a little brighter, a little more sparkly, a little more light. So as always, we thank you and all those in the unseen world for being with us here today, and we ask that you guard us and guide us all until we meet again. Amen.
Amen. Mark, thank you. I neglected to say also Mark's shop is still available. We'll be here till about 2-ish.
About 2-ish.
About 2-ish. We're going to start ish.
Ish.
Because if we say 2, people turn up at
5 to 2.
1:59. I don't know if they think we're a supermarket and we're suddenly going to stick
Last
out.
minute shopping down the aisle.
Yeah. So Mark will be here till about 2-ish. Please feel free to browse. Whatever you do, just have joy in your heart and peace in your heart as well. So thank you all.
Thank you. Take your water through.
Wait,